So now we have a set of questions. I think two or three questions, which are which what we classify as bullet and plank questions, right? Bullet and plank set of problems. So so I think these kind of questions, specifically bullet plank questions, it will be seen multiple times in loss of motion, in projectile motion, in work energy power as well. So I think the base of all these questions would definitely be motion questions based on motion in a straight line. One that we have here. So it says a bullet is fired into a target which loses one third its velocity after traveling 4 centimeter. So we have a bullet which is fired from a gun. It enters a wooden okay fixed target, or let us say any a wooden plank or anything, and it loses one third of its velocity after 4 centimeters. So after traveling 4 centimeter, it loses its one third of its velocity. So one common assumption that we always make here is that the air resistance is absent, and I have to say not just the air resistance, also that the resistance offered by the target is uniform, which means the retardation offered by this block is uniform in nature. Okay, and therefore, and since the air resistance is absent, we assume that the velocity with which the bullet is leaving the gun, it is the same as velocity by which it enters the block. So one doubt that has always put me into into a state of confusion. How did that happen? So the explanation lies here. The velocity doesn't reduces till it reaches the plank or the target. The velocity reduces only after it enters the, or rather start entering the target or the wooden plank here. Okay. Now keeping that in mind, for the motion along AB alone. So for the motion along AB, initial velocity is velocity at A. Let us say V. Final velocity is velocity at B, which according to the question loses one third. So it's V minus V by 3, which is 2V by 3. So we have initial velocity V and final velocity 2V by 3. Now using the equation, V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. V square is 2V by 3 the whole square. U square is V square. So 2V by 3 the whole square minus V square is equal to 2 into A into S is 4 centimeter, which is 4 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. Now I'm not going to solve the equation here. Why? Give me a minute to explain that. So this transforms to 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. So this becomes 4 minus 9 by 9. 4 minus 9 is minus 5. So this becomes minus 5 by 9. Okay, so that was the case with motion along AB alone. Now let's see what happens in motion along BC. So when we consider motion along BC alone, the object is now at B, and the initial velocity here would be velocity at B. So this is the reason why I use notations, different notations for velocities at every time, because if we use only U and V, it is easy for calculations when you do it on your own. But when we are explaining it, to a wide audience, it becomes slightly confusing for some of us, and that's why I have chosen this format. And I do understand that using this kind of reference may also cause confusion. So to avoid that, we have made it very clear. So U is the initial velocity, which is velocity at B. V is the final velocity, which is velocity at C. So it penetrates further before coming to rest, which means velocity at C should be equal to 0. At velocity at B, according to the motion along AB, it was 2V by 3. Now it is given in the question that it travels D into 10 to the power minus 3. So what is V square minus U square? V square is 0 square. U square is 2V by 3 the whole square. And it is given in the question that S is equal to D into 10 to the power minus 3. So if you compare these two motions, for the motion along AB, we found out that minus 5V square by 9 is 2A into 4 to the power minus 2. Along BC, it is 0 minus 2V by 3 the whole square is equal to 2 into A into D into 10 to the power minus 3. Now what we'll do is, we will bring these equations together and then we will divide them. While dividing them, what we say is, 3 square becomes 9, 2 square becomes 4. So 9 by 9 is 1. V square by V square is 1. So all what you have is 5 by 4. 2 by 2 is 1. A by A is 1. Then what we have left here is 4 by D, 4 by D. 10 to the power minus 2 by 10 to the power minus 2 is 1. And all what you have is 10 to the power minus 1. So we can write this as 5 by 4 is equal to 4 by D into 10 to the power minus 1, which implies D is equal to 4 into 4 by 5, and 10 to the power minus 1 goes to the numerator, becomes 10. So what we have is 8 into 4, which is equal to 32, which is not given in the options. So so yes, this is one such questions where the where the options were not given correctly. So well, I don't know. Maybe it was okay. I don't know. Let us not discuss about a question where there is no correct option. Okay, what was the last calculation? Yeah, the calculation is over here. Okay, so moving on to the next question now.